Hello and welcome to my channel. Today is going to be questions and answers. So I asked a little while ago on my channel, I did a little short video about if anybody be interested in doing a Q&A with me, and I did get a few questions asked. I have to apologise for my voice, this isn't normally how I sound. I've been really ill over Christmas. I lost my voice, but it's slowly coming back. I don't know whether to say people's names. Do you want to know the names of people that ask the questions? Yeah, I think I will. I think if I'd asked a question, I would like to know. Okay, let's start with the first one. This is Dawn Griffiths. I know Dawn speaks to me quite a bit on the channel, so hello, Dawn. Are you a Capricorn and are you from the West Midlands? So, Dawn, no, I'm a Scorpio. And true to my sign, I do have a sting in my tail. Yeah, it takes a lot to get me riled, but when I am riled, flipping out, I can go bonkers. I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I've actually fully lost my temper, and when I do, I go. I remember with that Alan, I'm married to Alan, and I've only ever done it once with him. I went absolutely bonkers. I can't even remember what it was over. We argue over the most silliest things. I'm digressing now. We've had an argument over a Tesco club card and another argument over a coat hanger. And there was something we had an argument over, I can't remember, but he just pushed the buttons too much that day and I went bonkers, and he was like, whoa. Scorpios are renowned as well. If you cross them, doesn't matter how long it takes to get your own back, one day you will. And I'm afraid I'm true to my word like that as well. Sometimes I can take years. Terrible. But I don't tend to fall out with many people and cross that many people. I am quite a easygoing person, so it takes a lot to get me like that. And am I from the West Midlands? Not the West Midlands, the East Midlands. I'm from Leicester originally. All right, my duck. Yeah, I left Leicester about 13 years ago. I'd lived in Leicester my whole life. I don't think I've got a Leicester accent. A lot of people tell me I do. I do try and speak quite nicely on here, trying to speak as clear as I can. And I've lived in Essex now for 13 years. Yeah, I don't think I'm overly Leicesterish. But then saying that, somebody I worked with the other day, who I'd never met before, are you from Leicester? So I'm, what? How do you know that? Because he was from the West Midlands. So yeah, so I'm from Leicester, originally East Midlands. So thank you, Dawn. I'm not sure if this is your actual name or it's just a name you go by on the, a bit of ready going on there. Just a YouTube name. Suraj Quantum, are you married or are you a single lady? I'm thinking that might be from a man. So Suraj, unfortunately, I am a married lady. I have been married to Alan for 10 years in May, coming up next year. Yeah, yeah, we're celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary. So Alan and I were really quite old when we, or older to meet each other. I think I was just over, well, you can work it out, I'm 44. So yeah, I was in my 30s when I met him. So thank you, Suraj, but yes, I am very well taken and very happily married, may I just add. As long as we don't argue over any more coat hangers. Right, Kerry Edwards, what's your favourite makeup brand? Oh, she's asked me too. And what made you want to start doing YouTube? Okay, favourite makeup brand. Makeup is different to cosmetics for me, or beauty. No, is makeup and cosmetics the same? So makeup brand, do you know what? This has changed recently. Because since I've been doing YouTube, which we'll come on to in a minute, I have spent a bit more. You'll notice on my channel, I either buy really cheap budget makeup or I do tend to buy quite expensive makeup. So I think at the minute, it's YSL, Yves Saint Laurent. So I like the primer that they do that's got like the little gold dust in it. Their foundation is by far my favourite. Now, I'll come on to that. That links into the YouTube bit in a minute. Every time without fail. Beautiful. One of their eyebrow things I use, I absolutely love. Just see if there's anything else in my drawer. No, I think, I'm sure, oh, Touche Éclat, of course. The worldwide famous Touche Éclat. I don't really use much of that. I have got a couple, but again, that's something that is fail proof, isn't it? Fail safe, fail proof. both. Yes, I've got a bit of that. I also actually I have to say recently I've started getting into Benefit's eyebrow products. I've started filming a couple of videos on different eyebrow products because I've bought loads, ridiculous amounts, trying to find a decent eyebrow product. And so far Benefit ones are proving to be the better eyebrow products for me. So keep your eyebrows, keep your eyes peeled for the eyebrow videos coming soon. The other end of the scale, I do like a lot of Primark makeup. Yeah, got a lot of their stuff. I use a Primark blusher and highlighter. I started using, I'm just looking here because this is where all my makeup is here. This powder foundation I've just started using. Their waterproof mascara, I use this every day. This is Primark. So yeah, I don't just stay after one product, one brand. I'm happy to try. You know, if I like it, I'll buy it and try it, or try it and buy it. So getting into YouTube, now there's an interesting one. So Alan, my husband, he started a YouTube channel ages ago. And it was before the restrictions came in for the monetisation. So my channel's not monetised yet because I haven't got enough subscribers. I think you have to have 1,000 and a certain amount of watch hours. So I'm well up on the watch hours, that's fine, but I haven't got enough subscribers yet. And to be honest, to start with, that didn't really cross my mind. He did one, his was all to do with photography. He's quite a keen photographer. And he kept saying to me, you should do a YouTube channel. People will be interested in listening to you about all the exercising and training you do and what you eat and this, that and the other. And I was like, no, I haven't got the confidence to do it. Nobody would be interested in what I've got to say. And I think that sort of set a little fire burning in the old belly. And I thought, and you know what, actually, I never even used to watch YouTube. And then I started watching it. Now I don't watch the TV. I watch YouTube all the time. I drive myself mad. I'm driving Alan mad. I'm on it all the time watching different YouTubers. I love it. I've learnt so much. So, started watching it all, and then I thought there was a bit of a niche in the market for, 40 to 50. There's not many YouTubers that are that age. You've either got really young girls in the 20s, 30s. You've got some a bit older, but after 40, they trail off a bit. And then I also had an issue where I think I went to a wedding and I'd used the same makeup for years and years and years. And the photographs came back and I was like, look at the state of my face. And I forgot, not forgot, but I got older and the makeup I was using was really sitting heavy in all the lines on my face. I didn't use foundation, I used powder, Clinique powder. I've always looked after my skin. I've used decent products on my face, skincare. I drink a lot of water, eat quite well, eat fruit, veg, all that malarkey. So I've looked after my skin. But of course you can't stop ageing. I don't really want to go down the route of fillers, plumpers, Botox, all that sort of thing. Because for me, I think once you get into that, it's where do you stop? And I'm seeing a few friends going down that route at the moment. And they don't know where to stop. And they're slowly changing how they look. Plus, it's the cost of it. It's not a cheap thing to do, is it, Botox and fillers? Fine, if you want to do it, I have no problem. Absolutely fine. It's just knowing when to... That's enough. Anyway, so I thought, I need to look at changing my face makeup. So to start with, if you look back on my very, very old videos, I've only been going since last March. I've not been going a year yet. And I started off getting foundation samples from all of the high-end sort of beauty products. Oh, I went to so many. Yves Saint Laurent, YSL, Clinique, Clarins, Bobbi Brown, Tom Ford, Laura Mercier, Fenty. Oh, I'd never even heard of half of them. So I've now got a massive container full of makeup samples. So I started doing some videos on that. And I thought, yeah, I found a real niche in the market there. foundation samples for 40-odd-year-old ladies. Well, there's not that many 40-odd-year-old ladies watching YouTube, is there? So that didn't take off very well. And plus, I wasn't that confident when I first started doing it. I didn't quite know what I was doing. But I do sort of, my ethos is, I film on an iPad. I'm in our bedroom. I have the same backdrop. I don't have ring lights. I don't have anything fancy. I have got a nice set of lights, but that's just my makeup lights. I don't have anything busy going on in the background. And a few people have actually said to me that they just like how plain my background is because it doesn't detract away from me or what I'm talking about. Because I do sometimes think, is it a bit boring? And I know it's a bit basic and sometimes the sound or quality is not that great, but I don't want really for it to be too polished because that's not what I was all about. I just wanted to be, you know, a 40-odd-year-old woman doing something in a bedroom, bit of a pastime. Anyway, so I then started getting into watching shopping hauls, and I just could not believe that people go to Poundland, spend 20 quid, and they make a video of themselves talking about the products they've bought from Poundland. Still to this day, I cannot believe that people find it interesting. But I do. I love watching other people's Poundland hauls and Primark hauls and Home Bargains hauls, B&M, Aldi, all the cheap places. I've become a right bargain basher. And I just find it really funny that it's a thing, but it is. And on my channel, my most popular videos are Poundland hauls. I like to add a bit of my personality to it, a bit of my humour, keep you entertained if I can. I don't claim to be a comedian, certainly not a comedian, but I do like to laugh. I like to have a laugh. Don't take myself too seriously. I love having a laugh and joke and a smile, and if I can make a few of you smile, and I've had some lovely comments from people when they've not been well or they can't get out and about, and I've made the day when they've watched they've made my day telling me that I've made their day when they've watched my video. I've had some lovely stuff. I had a lovely comment the other day when a lady on Christmas Day said she was making a Christmas buns watching a video of me, and I just thought, oh, I've made it in life. So yeah, that's where it all started. So I'd love to get into vlogging, but I think you have to have quite a lot of subscribers really, and people interested in you as a person more before you can vlog, because if people don't know you, they're not interested, and I don't do anything in life that's interesting enough to do a vlog that people would be interested to watch it. So I try and do the odd one, and I will try and do some more. I don't have my phone with me all the time. Where I work, I'm not allowed to take my phone, so the opportunity to film is very restricted. The last thing I want to do is put out boring videos. No way, Jose. So yeah, that's where it started. I don't know where it's going to go. I would love it if I started to make a bit of money from it. I'll be honest with you, I'd love to do it full time. I really would. I really enjoy it. I love going around the shops, buying all the rubbish, trying it on, talking about it. It did when I first started doing it. Oh my goodness, I started spending so much money though. I was buying all this rubbish that I didn't even want. I've tried to calm that down a little bit now, and I've tried and use a lot of the products that I do buy, but before flipping out, I was buying stuff from Poundland that was absolute rubbish. But yeah, I like to keep it interested, light-hearted, bit of fun. And yeah, if I could do it full time and earn an income from it, that would be absolutely fantastic. But that wasn't my motivation behind doing it. I just wanted to build my confidence. Believe it or not, but I'm not very confident. I know people can't believe that. And people that know me now can't believe I'm doing YouTube. I had a terrible, terrible problem as a child. Well, teenager, into my 20s and 30s. Just go red all the time. If anybody spoke to me, I'd be bright red. It was hideous. Oh, and it really... Anyway, I digress on that one, forget that. But anyway, yeah, so I love doing it. I'd love to do it more. I'd love to do more videos. I can only do about 2 or 3 a week because it takes, for people that aren't YouTubers, it takes ages to, the filming doesn't take long, it's the editing. Editing takes hours and hours. And I I like to keep my stuff quite punchy and, you know, clipping. I don't want to be including bits where you're linking in stuff and, you know, when I'm picking up a product and moving it over here. I don't want you seeing all that. That's boring. I like to keep it punchy. And because of that, you have to edit it, and the editing takes a long, long time. So some of the videos can take me, the New York vlogs that I did, they took me days and days and days to do because there was just so many different videos to put together. But I love it. I enjoy all of that. I just wish I had more time to do it. So that was a very long answer. But thank you, Kerry. Sorry, you've bowed my whole life on that one. Okay, Helen Brown. There's a couple of people who've asked this. Helen Brown, what do you do for a living? Tara Lara, what is your job? So I am a PA, personal secretary, personal assistant. I've done that for a few different companies. I've done it for, oh my goodness, how many years now? Oh, over 25 years, I think. How dreadful. I can't take shorthand and I can't touch type, but I've managed to wing it somehow, and here I am. I worked at a football club for a good few years. That was very interesting. I worked at Leicester City Football Club. And I worked for a watch company, Seconda Watches, or Sexy Watches, you may have seen advertised on the TV. Yeah, so I'm a PA, nothing exciting. I enjoy it. Where I work currently, that lady I work for at the moment, she lets me, we work flexi time, like I say, and she lets me start at 10 o'clock in the morning, so I can do all my training or my YouTubing in the morning, and then I'll stay till about 6, half 6. And that just works for me really well, you know, the old work-life balance thing, so that's excellent. And I work flexi time, I get flexi time, which is fantastic, so every single minute I work extra above my hours, you can get back. Sometimes it can get a little bit mundane. If you get a new boss, which I do where I work, you get new bosses quite frequently, so it's actually like starting a new job each time because each person comes in with a different way of working. But so far I've done very well. I've enjoyed it. Alan's got a very, very good job. He's the main breadwinner in the family. He works in London and he travels with business quite a bit, so we sort of said when we got together, actually somebody's asked about children, so I'll come on to that as well. Paula Radford, hi there, do you have any children? Sure, there was another one that asked me that. Sorry if I'm missing anybody else that's asked questions. So yeah, so Alan and I got together, both decided we didn't want to have children, but we did get dogs. So they're like your fur babies, aren't they? So we had 2 Rhodesian Ridgebacks, Solomon and Zara. I'll insert a picture of them now. So, oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional now because I'm going to start talking about one of them. So, yeah, the idea was I worked locally so I could come back and sort the dogs out at lunchtime. When they were younger, they couldn't go all day without going to the toilet, so I used to nip back during my lunch breaks. Eventually, we ended up getting a dog walker because it just got a bit too much coming back and, you know, plus they need a lot of exercise. But we lost Solomon, oh dear, I'm finding this a bit hard to talk about. So we lost Solomon about 14 months ago. Sorry, I'm normally all right talking about this. It's just upset me a bit. We lost him about 14 months ago. Really unexpectedly. He got a brain tumour. Just one night he started having fits and he had these awful fits. He had about 4 in one night, and then he didn't know who we were when we were talking to him and calling his name. He didn't respond or anything, so we had to make the decision to get him put to sleep. So it was a very quick goodbye. So within about 6 hours it all happened, and 1 minute he was there and the next minute he wasn't. It just happened really, really quickly, and it was such a shock. It was awful. Anyway, so we've still got Zara, and she's just turned 10, and big dogs don't live a long age. Ridgebacks usually live between 10 and 12, so I'm dreading obviously the day that she goes because she's like my little baby girl. but she's still very fit and active. We run her once or twice a week. She ran nearly 6 miles with me the other day. And Alan took her on Christmas Day. Is normally, we always used to take the dogs together on Christmas Day. Just Alan and I and the 2 dogs. And then last year, the first year with just Zara. And then this year, I was too ill. I couldn't go, so I was a bit gutted. So it's the first time in 10 years I've not been able to go on it. So as you can imagine now, she just gets spoiled rotten because we weren't expecting it with Sol, and he just, out of the 2, he was always the healthier one. Zara was like the runt of the litter, and she had all sorts of health problems growing up, but she's still fine and fit. So we were just really shocked, and I think we always thought we'd lose her first, so it was even more of a shock. Anyway, now I've digressed what I was going to talk about. Back to the children. So no, we don't have any children. We've got our little fur babies. And then somebody else has asked about the dogs, so I'm not doing this very well, am I? Such an amateur. Hey Belinda, what kind of dog do you have and how did you get her? So we've now got Zara. We started off with Sol. We were only going to have 1 dog. Sorry, this is from Robin Auditor. Sorry if I'm not pronounced that very well. Robin, I love the name Robin. Robin Auditor. Yeah, we were only going to get 1 dog. Neither of us have had a dog before. And then we go and get a Rhodesian Ridgeback. I mean, what an absolute crazy pair of weirdos are we? Oh my goodness gracious. If you're into dogs, you'll know that Rhodesian Ridgebacks are very big and very willful dogs. Solomon was massive. He was about 45 kilos. And Zara's about 32 on a good day. So yeah, we started off with Solomon. We did a lot of research. Alan does, whenever we do anything, Alan does a lot of research. Look at that now, I've got that's because I've been crying. Got a big red I'll sit this way, I've got a big red rash down my neck. Alan did a lot of research on what type of dog to get. When I first moved down to Chelmsford where I live, I started running with Alan. Well, Alan taught me to run. I started running and it just got a bit unsafe, me running around the streets on my own in the morning, because I was training in the morning. So, 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning, I was buzzing around the streets of Chelmsford, a bit dangerous. So he said, right, we had talked about getting a dog. We'll get one that will look after you. And my goodness, did he? Crikey. If you can imagine, I'm 5'3", about 8.5 stones, and I used to bezz around the streets of Chelmsford with 2 giant Rhodesian Ridgebacks strapped to my waist. Oh, the amount of people that just used to drive by and laugh at me goes to these 2 great big dogs and me running down the street. But I tell you what, never been attacked once. I've been pulled over a few times by the dogs. Oh, if they saw cats. Solomon was a nightmare if he saw a cat. And I used to be attached to this bungee. Oh, he'd pull me over a few times. But Zara doesn't. She's calmed down so much since we've lost him. I don't know if she knew he was ill, because she got quite, just in the couple of months before he died, she got very, I don't know if she got protective of him or whether she was challenging him for the top dog spot. But whenever we came across the dogs, she would go for the dogs a lot. And so much so that I couldn't let her off the lead. He was fine, but I couldn't let her off because she is gnashes. And because they're such big dogs, if they go in for somebody else's dog, they've never bitten another dog. Never even hurt another dog. But when you've got a big dog, you cannot let it go for another dog, even if it's not going to hurt it. The other owner doesn't realise that, so she had to stay on the lead. But since he's been gone, I don't know whether she's now not got a big brother to protect her. She's much better now, so she's allowed off the lead again. So yeah, we got them both from a breeder down in, I think they're in Suffolk. They were called Trendsetter. So we got Solomon. They were very funny about letting us have Solomon because we'd never had a dog before. I mean, this couple, they were really renowned breeders. They showed at Crufts. And they had this setup. We never did find out how many dogs they had. It certainly wasn't a puppy mill. They had a proper big setup with all these dogs, and they had some absolutely handsome dogs. But you used to pull up, and all you could hear was this barking. And then I remember meeting our dress, who was Solomon's dad. He walked in the lounge. He walked over to me. He was massive, because they've got Great Dane in them, so some of the dogs are really, really big. He just sort of looked at me and then just walked off. And when we left, I said to Alan, do you seriously think we're going to buy one of those dogs? Anyway, we ended up with 2. And they've been fantastic. Fantastic dogs. Solomon was he was a very proud dog. Whereas Zara, she's like, I think she thinks she's a human. She loves petting. She loves being snuggled into you. She'll climb in, you know, when you're on the sofa. She's allowed upstairs now. We never yet let the dogs upstairs. And once we lost Sol, I was like, yeah, bring her in, let her go on the bed. Not every night. Usually when Alan works away, she comes in on the bed with me. He does know, but yeah, no, the dogs weren't even allowed upstairs. But now she does. We try not to spoil her too much because they are gannets, ridgebacks, and they will get fat. So we have to be quite careful with what we give her. So we're quite strict. But she is such a loving dog. She's gorgeous. She's absolutely brilliant. But she's getting old. She's getting all grey now. Anyway, this is taking a long time. Right, Janet Leader. Hello from one Leicester lass to another. Janet and I have discovered that we both know similar areas in Leicester. Could we see you film around the shop/shop halls? Janet, I have done a couple of those. I went through a stage of doing them. I did one in Aldi, Pound Stretcher, Home Bargains, and I think I did a bit of Poundland. So there are some already on my channel if you want to go and take a look at them. I'm not overly comfortable doing those sorts of videos. I speak too quietly so you can hardly hear what I'm saying. And in Aldi, I got called out on it. This girl was like, what are you doing? So I told her and she let me carry on. But I think you can only do them so many times because they get a bit boring. So I may well do one again in the future. I did a few on my New York vlogs as well. So, yeah, I'm not saying I won't do them again, but I can't do them all the time because they're just a bit boring when you're just sort of walking around a shop. I don't enjoy those sort of videos that much myself because I just think, well, I can go in the shop and see that for myself. I don't know why. Why is that different from what people buy? Is that because it's being nosy? I don't know. So, yeah, I will do some more, but not for a little while. Jane H. Hello, love. My question, if you could only have one makeup item for a day, what would it be? Mine would be mascara. Stay lovely. Oh, that's kind. I think I might be with you on that one, Jane. I very rarely go without mascara. But then saying that, maybe a lip balm. I wear lip balm so much now that I can't not wear it. My lips dry out and go all funny. So if they didn't go dry, it would definitely be mascara. But if I have problems with my lips, it's going to have to be lip balm. But I don't know if you saw this, Jane, I had my lashes lifted and tinted not long ago, like a little perm. And I have to say, for the first time in a long, long time, I didn't go without mascara. But I've not been very well over the last few months. I don't know what's wrong with me. I had a sickness and diarrhoea bug and now I've got this. But during the sickness and diarrhoea bug, I didn't have any makeup on. And it didn't look too bad. So, might be worth looking into that, Jane. So, yeah, mascara or lip gloss. Debs Jones. Debs messages me quite a lot. I've got to know her quite well. What's your favourite video to do in your favourite bargain store? Ooh. Now, as I've said earlier, Poundland are the most popular videos on here. But I think it might have to be Primark. I think Primark might be my favourite bargain store. Mind you, I quite like Home Bargains now. And my favourite video to do. Yeah, I quite like a Primark try-on haul. I like trying on different clothes, see what you look like. End up buying loads of clothes, hardly ever wear them. I'm a sucker for a bargain. So yeah, I reckon Debs, Primark, favourite bargain, favourite video to do. Primark. Oh, now this is a hard one. Dawn Egan. Hi, Belinda. What's the best and worst Christmas gift you've ever had? Right, best. I'm quite easily pleased. In the days of, I've had some lovely presents, to be honest. I have had some really nice stuff. Alan tends to buy me things outside of Christmas and birthday. So best ever present is completely different to best ever Christmas present. So that's the question, so we'll stick with it. So nowadays, everybody has a mobile phone. When I was in my early 20s, that's when mobile phones started sort of becoming a bit more of an everyday object. All my friends had mobiles, I didn't. Then a boyfriend bought me one, but it was massive. It must have been like that. And every time I sent a text message or phoned someone, I had to input the number manually each time. So, you know, my top 5 friends, I knew their numbers off by heart. But as you can imagine, that's an absolute nightmare. And then, unbeknown to me, my friends very, very kindly, friends at the time, I'm still friends with a couple of them actually, all chipped in and bought me a new mobile phone. And it had the facility to store numbers in it. And it wasn't on, the first phone I had was on Orange, and it was ridiculously expensive to use. So, you know, each text message was about 10p, phone calls were about 50p. And then they put me onto a new, I only ever had pay as you go when I was younger. But yeah, they bought me this new phone. I can't remember what brand it was. Might have been a Nokia. Can't remember, but it was a surprise. And, you know, mine was called the Brick, Belinda's Brick, because it was so big. In fact, I think I had a sticker on it saying Belinda's Brick. It was massive. And then this new phone was really small, really nice. And it was a complete surprise because we didn't really buy each other very big presents either. And I was it's one of the most memorable presents I've ever had because suddenly I became quite trendy because I've got a decent phone. So that's that one. Worst present. I don't think I've ever really had any bad presents. I've had a few dodgy makeup items or smellies. I've had some dodgy smellies. Nothing is memorable. If I think of anything, I'll have to pop back on and record it. But, no, this sounds really mean. Actually, Alan last year got me some bite lights. You know when you're just not expecting that sort of gift? We only spend £50 on each other at Christmas. Because like I say, he buys me stuff throughout the year. He's so generous. He buys me some lovely presents. He's bought me loads of stuff. But at Christmas, we stick to this 50 quid rule. And, yeah, he got me a set of bite lights. They're fantastic bite lights, don't get me wrong. But I just wasn't expecting it. You know, normally a bit of perfume or, I don't know, new jumper, something. Yeah. I do use my bike a lot. I use my bike every day. I go to work on my bike and I am a keen cyclist. I go cycling with Alan a lot. That's one of my main hobbies. And I did need some decent lights, but I just wasn't expecting it as a present. And it really tickles me. I think he thought you were ungrateful git. I've still not put them on my bike and I've had them for over a year. Okay, Jacqueline Bootman, what's your favourite foods or supermarkets? Favourite food, I think, is chocolate. White chocolate, milk chocolate. Don't like dark chocolate. I do like minty chocolate. I like loads of chocolate and sweets. Praline, whatever you call it. Yeah, I think I do like chips as well. I like all the things that are unhealthy for you. Favourite supermarket. I don't go there a lot, but if I could afford it, M&S. M&S. I do like Aldi. We use Aldi a lot. We flip between Sainsbury's and Aldi, but we live near an Aldi, so my favourite red wine's from there. But if M&S delivered, I think I'd have M&S delivery. I love M&S food. Michelle, again, I speak to Michelle quite a bit. Don't know what your surname is, but Michelle. How many brothers and sisters do you have? I have one brother called Adam, and he is 4 years younger than me. And he got married a couple of years ago, and he's just had a little son. So I now have a nephew. Yeah, loved him. They've been and stayed recently for a long weekend, and they brought him down. And I had him in with me for 2 nights. And yeah, I've fallen absolutely in love with him. He's gorgeous. But they don't like to put him on social media too much. So I won't say his name and I'm not going to show any pictures, even though I'd love to because he's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, and us not having children, I'm not, I hadn't even changed a nappy before. Can you believe that? So I was a bit, but I did it all on my own as well. And I fed him and I bathed him. I know most people have been like, what are you on about, Belinda? That's what you do every day when you have children. But when you don't have children, that was something quite new. Right up old age of 44, finally changed a nappy. Paola Radford, hi there, do you have any children? We've covered that one. No children. Alan and I didn't want to have children. Never regretted it. If anything, as the years have gone by, it's cemented our decision. Not everybody's choice. A lot of people question why we didn't have children, but we just both said we loved our lives. We still love our lives. We love the freedom we have. Not so much now. Once we've had dogs, we didn't realise how much freedom that took away from you. But financially, we're looking hopefully, to retire and be fairly well off when we retire, hopefully, whenever that happens. Means we can, spoil other people. Means I can spend my money on rubbish for YouTube videos. No, I don't miss it. I haven't missed it. I did worry, I did wonder if when my brother's just had a baby, how that would make me feel, and, because he is related to me. But as much as I enjoyed them coming to stay, nah, not for me, thank you. I've just never had that maternal instinct. I always thought I'd get married and have children by the time I was 25. And it just didn't happen. And, previous partners to Alan I've been with and we've spoken about having children. Thankfully never did. Never got that serious about it. And no, I can honestly say, hand on heart, don't regret it, don't miss it. I think it's great for all those people that do. And I can see, and I know a lot of people will say you don't know love until you've got a child. You don't know how it feels to love a child. Absolutely right. But I've never had it, so I don't miss it or I don't know. Don't forget, all of you with children, you've had that. Or if you've sadly lost children, you know how heart-wrenching that is. I have never had that love, so I don't miss it. I don't know. But yeah, I love my life. Doesn't mean to say I don't like children. I'm not that keen on kids, to be honest. I'd rather go to an adult's area, if I'm being completely honest. I will be around them, Alan's godfather to 2 children who, we both love very much, and we do play quite a big part in their lives. But they're a bit older now, so that's much better. But even when they were young, no, we were okay with them. And Alan's really good around children. And they've said the same to me when I've been with my nephew, you're a natural, blah, blah, blah. But I think it's different when you can give them back, isn't it? So no children. I've really enjoyed that. Talk about rabbit on. That's another thing about me. I can talk forever. I'm talking to myself for half an hour. What an idiot. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. Sorry about the old croaky voice, but, I try to produce these videos. I commit to doing 2 a week, and here I am on my deathbed. So, yeah, I hope that's answered. Thank you very much for the people that dropped the questions down below. I do really appreciate that, and I think I will do another one of these if it proves popular. Let's wait and see if it gets many views. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you subscribe to the channel. If you've not, if you like the sound of me now, maybe you'll hit that button, wherever it is. And I shall see you soon on another video. Happy New Year to you if I don't speak to you before. Bye. Thanks for watching.